So actually got Javelin inflicts root. Interesting. And then potency on this one. And I'm almost positive she's going to pick dive. I don't know why anyone would pick anything else. Yeah, she picked the dive. Makes it awesome. All right, here we go. So the finals is off 3 seconds in. The poke is starting as Shifu tries to close the gap here onto Ashka. Ashka cancel casting. Gonna hit the stun and leap out. Actually, I mean miss the stun, but cast the stun. As Pearl coming in, just barely missing the silence. Good counter to avoid the damage. Actually, looks like countered both of the attacks from the enemy. As the sphere coming out and gets the stun on there. So blue team will get the first sphere. Incapacitate coming out onto Ashka. Ashka just barely missing the bump into the wall. Couple health orbs grabbed by the Shifu as Shifu goes around the corner, mounts up, coming back around as Lucy takes a bit of damage. Shifu coming back in, does get rooted. The leap out now as Pearl is petrified, lining up the double ult. Lucy's going to jump out of there, not Pearl. As again, Shifu coming in very tight, but the M2 is pushing him out as the petrify again gets hit onto Pearl. Going to use the space to avoid the counter is not hit. Javelin throw going to bring him in as he hits the wall behind them. The barrier on. There's the incapacitate. Shifu doing a lot of damage as a couple orbs are grabbed. Going to refocus back onto Pearl. Pearl going to dive away. Oh, the knockback into the stun. Oh, man. The ultimate, though, just misses as Ashka just barely taken out there by Lucy. I thought they had it, but somehow it looked like one of them bumped him and he just got out of there. And now a couple heals coming up. They get the sphere in the middle. Oh, how unfortunate here for Pearl and Ashka. Man, they almost had that. There's the spin. A lot of damage. Uses the bubble to push him away. Pearl not giving up hope yet. Jordan waiting for the special goo to come. Hoping he can get a good pushback or something. Deadly inject, incapacitate. Going to come around the corner. Going to have to leap blindly now, which I don't know if she likes that. The silence is going to hit. The bubble is out. Not able to take too much damage from Lucy, but Shifu able to just sit on her face and keep doing damage.
I'm just so amazingly awesome at this.
Niwa and Daniel are around top 30. Oh, really? You mean top 30 in the world, huh? I think I'm like top 30,000, maybe. Maybe. All right, so first round drawn by full Daniel. Ashka going to leap in. The bubble coming out, going to have to reposition. The fear is going to hit Ashka. Ashka getting a little bit out, is going to mount to come back in. M1's being traded here, not going to do too much damage onto the Lucy. Shifu ends up mounting back up, putting a lot of pressure onto Pearl. Pearl is going to counter, but not going to get triggered. There's the bubble. Shifu, though, able to steal it again, so the stun wasn't quick enough. The bubble was there, but Shifu can just walk right through it. It's a very strong combination right now, this Shifu and Lucy. Ashka jumping in, grabbing a couple of the smalls. Gets rooted, dashes over. Here's the ult. Does get the double ult, though, but the barrier is going to protect Lucy. The Petrify hitting Jordan. Jordan able to recover now. So 100% to 60% now in favor of the blue team. Very good adjustment so far as Shifu getting taken down very low. Using his EX space, though, to try to heal up a little bit. The counter does go off. The right click going to heal just a little bit. There's the stun, and they get Shifu. Lucy's going to be facing 2v1, 80% health to 30%, though, of the total team. She's at 20% herself. There's the double ultimate. Yeah, taken out. And a great adjustment here by Jordan and Exploits. I think this is the first round that we've seen full Daniel lose. So this is going to be a super close match. Absolutely. So what does he end up picking up? He ends up picking up the conflagration, which we've seen. And it looks like pretty standard pickups for Battlerites. Shifu walking into a bunch of damage. The space going to happen to separate, or I'm sorry, to negate the damage coming out from Shifu's M2. A lot of pressure being put onto this Lucy. Deadly injection onto him. Shifu is on the Pearl. Pearl using the bubble to separate a little bit. The fear is going to push him out. Red team is going to get the first sphere, though. Ashka jumping over to grab the Hells. Sifu taking a bit of damage as the Petrify is out on Pearl. The ultimate coming out onto Lucy. Lucy taking a bit of damage. Pearl follows up just a bit here. Incapacitate onto Ashka. Ashka getting healed, though, by Pearl as Ashka leaps even farther behind both of them, putting a little bit of damage in. The firewall, not enough, as again the red team gets another one of the spheres. The M2 not able to hit here from Ashka. As they reposition a little bit, the panic is hit, or the fear. 87 to 90% right now. It's basically even. Ashka trying to put in a little bit of damage. Does hit the counter. This is going to be trouble now. Ashka's going to be very sticky. I'm sorry, Shifu going to be very sticky onto the Ashka. Ashka going to leap away. Pearl actually leapt into him, trying to get that counter. Going to get pushed out just a little bit here. Here's the spin to win, and he's not going to be able to... Ooh, man. He used his space to try to get closer to Ashka, and then because of that, and Ashka used the space to get close to him, they end up crossing paths in the air, and just a bit of miscommunication there, and that was the downfall. That was a very close round.
I'm just so amazingly awesome at this.
Right up to that point. That was really, really unfortunate. Man, I finished my water all right. This isn't good. I have like a stein of water, and I'm just blowing through it. So Ashka again is putting out the M1s. The bubble coming out. Ashka a little bit around the wall. Shifu taking a bit of damage. Nothing super crazy right now. Gets healed right back up. Ashka taking a bit of damage now himself. He's the lowest health on the map right now. Blue team finally gets themselves a sphere. This could be big for them. They've been fighting down energy almost this entire time. Ashka coming in, eats the deadly inject. Shifu trying to get in there, but the slow from the bubble. Now he's on. Able to get pushed back a little bit. Hits the root. Double ultimate actually does hit. Shifu and Lucy taking quite a bit of damage. The ignite is going to be on both of them. Will he be able to keep the ignite on both is the question. The M2's coming out. I don't know if he got him. He canceled it, though, so he didn't want to hit the counter. Pearl has her ultimate. Immaterial right now. Will she use it to peel for herself right now is the question. And actually, she used an EX. I think that was her R she used, so she's not going to use the ultimate. The stun coming out, not needed. And the red team's going to get the sphere again, which has just been huge for them. Counter coming on. A lot of pressure now onto the Pearl. Pearl's not going to hit the silence. She was aiming for someone else, not expecting the Wuju to hit. Here comes the ultimate again. Only able to hit one, not able to get the two. Ashka's going to dash in, now come out, use the space, and now gets the double ult there from Spearmaster. Spearmaster doing a ton of damage there as Daniel... Oh, man, the fear from Ashka. She's not able to finish it off. The counter, look at that. Stops the counter, incapacitates, and finishes him off as... Oh, man, Ashka taken out now. 3 rounds to 1 in favor of full Daniel.
Like water and oil, we just don't mix.
Wow. These guys, I mean, it's like super, super close. And then basically one mistake happens and everything flips on its head for one of the teams. That's basically what this boils down to. And this is just impressive play. Both teams meet in the middle, immediately get the counter. He spaces away onto the Lucy, putting damage onto Lucy. Lucy, though, gets the fear, hits a couple M1s. Pearl not able to hit her counter, is going to end up diving towards her Ashka. Ashka putting out the M2s, hits the counter again, going to space away again. The fear again hitting. Man, boy, basically the same cycle has happened twice in a row, giving them a 20% health lead. As he spaces away, a lot of damage coming out from the Shifu here in a second. If he's able to get those 3 stacks, he's got one. Incapacitate. Not following up. There's the goo. Able to space away, though, but pushes Pearl back in. Pearl taking a lot of damage from the Shifu. The root does hit. The silence coming out from Pearl. Shifu not able to put any more damage. Going to have to back off a little bit as the ultimate came out from Ashka. Red team does get this sphere again. The counter doesn't go off for Pearl, and now Pearl's going to be in a little bit of a precarious situation. Here comes the ultimate, dealing a lot of damage on both players, and unfortunately, with that deadly inject on. Are you okay? My dog is going nuts. Hold on, let me make sure.
Just so amazingly awesome.
I'm going to let her down to my wife. Okay, sorry. I don't know if you guys could hear her, but she was whining and stuff. All right, so 4 rounds to 1. You know, they traded 1 to 1, I think, wasn't it? Or maybe 2-1, something like that. And then Full Daniel has just adjusted really hard and are doing exceptionally well. I think a big part of that is Daniel isn't hitting the trances of Pearl, which is just absolutely huge. And Daniel has successfully got his trances hit almost every single time. So there's a counter, not going to go off, uses his space to come in. I think that might have been his EX space. And that's going to help him heal up a little bit. As Ashka, Exploits playing Ashka is going to get petrified. Takes another M1. Pearl's off there by herself, going to space away, but Ashka spaces. They're now line of sighting each other. A little bit of damage coming out from Shifu. They reset up, back up onto the... did blue team steal that? I think he ended up sniping that around the Shifu. That was sick. So blue team does end up getting double ult. No, just misses. And I think he just hit the one player there. The counter is triggered again here on Full Daniel. The counter again not triggered here for Pearl. So really unfortunate for the blue team. Jordan's just not able to get his trances to go off. And another trances hit. Incapacitate. Not going to follow up with too much damage as they reset. Blue team does have the health lead right now. Shifu coming in, putting a bit of damage. Going to eat that stun. And he hits the trance again, so the ultimate doesn't hit. They are just hitting so much of these trances. They got to keep track of the time on that a little bit better because they are just feeding him so much damage, so much energy. It's just, I mean, if they could just stop doing that, I think this game would... And look at another one. He sees the projectile in the air, and he immediately hits it. The goo is now on her, as she had to dive away. And great Flask pushing her right back into the goo even deeper. There's the spin. Gonna get the kill. And look at that. He cancels it into his counter and then kills him. Oh my gosh.